How often do you watch porn?
Go deeper.
What's up, y'all?
Welcome back to the
Go
Go
Deeper
Deeper
podcast.
podcast. This is episode 3.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and, y'all know our order. Y'all know what we do. So we're going to hop right into it this week. We're going to start with the raw truth. Who wants to go first, you or me?
You can go first.
Okay, my raw truth is that I do not like guys' trips. And we had a whole discussion about this today, and I want to know how y'all feel about this. I don't mind a good bachelor trip. Go ahead and take somebody's getting married. That's an excuse to celebrate. Go ahead. But a guy's trip for the sake of a guy's trip, especially if my man is going with a bunch of single guys, absolutely not. I do not like that shit. Now, if you're going with 3 or 4 guys in a relationship, y'all just going for a few days, cool. But out the country with other single niggas, no, absolutely not. Especially when I know the niggas are going and I've seen the ratchery and the debauchery that they get into. I ain't feeling it. That's just, I don't like it. I don't condone it. I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. No, absolutely not.
Amen. Amen. I understand how you feeling. But I'm going on a guy's trip whether you like it or not.
That's the problem. The problem is that you understand how I'm feeling, but you don't care. You don't feel me.
Hey, you're tripping over nothing. You're all in your head. You're all in your insecurity.
No. And my thing is when I say I don't feel comfortable, I don't like it. If you're going to make the choice to go, you have to be very reassuring to me that everything's going to be okay. But here now, I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm packing myself in a suitcase. No.
I mean, shit, that's how she feels. For me, it's, hey, I'm the one. If I'm in a relationship, I'm responsible for my own actions. Like, I'm gonna hold myself accountable.
But if you're hanging around people who are not going to hold you, you should hold yourself responsible. Yes, I wouldn't be with you.
Going with people who are in a relationship or single, that doesn't make a difference.
Why not?
It doesn't make a difference because all gonna be like, let's just act like we single. And we ain't gotta talk about our relationships here. It could be like, just because you're in a relationship don't mean the guy's gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna go overseas and I'm not gonna cheat. Like, if a guy wants to cheat, he's gonna cheat whether he's in a relationship or not or whatever. So it comes down to, is that person disciplined? Is that person responsible? Does that person really value his relationship? And like I said, you ain't got nothing to worry about on the guy's trip. Right?
I don't like it. I just don't like it.
So I'm going on a guy's trip, maybe 1 or 2 the end of this year. So
not 2 guys trips.
Hey man,
we haven't even gone on 1 trip because
I told you can plan the trip. No, plan the trip for us.
Not 2 trips.
But yeah,
I can kind of accept the 1 trip a year, but not multiple trips. No, especially when we know that there's things that money could be going to other things. I get a birthday trip, I get it, cool, but there's other things more important things that money needs to be going to right now. Not you doing 2 guys trips.
Okay.
We're not doing that.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, let's move on to your raw truth.
So my raw truth is like, shoot, I think I'm ready for a baby right now.
That's so crazy to me. We had this discussion, but I'm gonna let you get your whole thoughts out.
But yeah, like I thought I'm ready to have a baby right now. But here are the reasons I'm ready to have a baby because, all right.
Because you want to go on 2 guys trips a year.
Yeah, 2 guys trips with my baby.
No, okay.
2 guys trips with my baby. But no, I feel like my parents is getting older. That's one reason. So I want them to kind of see that. Like for me, I think personally, I have the reasons for other people, but not for myself. So one reason being, my parents are getting older. They want grandchildren, and it's like, God forbid anything happen tomorrow. Like they're not around. They don't get to ever see like my child or whatever. So it's like I be thinking about stuff like that. So that makes me want to be like, all right, let me try to already have a kid just so they can build that relationship with my parents. You never know what tomorrow holds. God forbid nothing bad happens, but you just never know. Like tomorrow's not promised. But what else? What other reasons? Like I feel like I'm ready. Like I be feeling like I be ready to work with my child, like make content with my child. I feel like that's entertaining content that I could bring that I'm like ready for or whatever. But the things that I'm not ready for is like I can't decide. I don't want to bring a child outside of a marriage, and I don't think right now I'm
Same.
ready for marriage or whatever. In a sense where it's like I still got other finances and
But
things
my
to
thing
worry
that trips
about.
me out is if finance is a big reason for not getting married, it should also be a big reason for not having kids. If you're saying I don't have the finances to get married, then you don't have the finances to have a child.
Here's my reasoning. Like, with a kid, I could go ahead and put money into the kid right away. With a marriage, I gotta go ahead and buy the engagement ring, but plan the wedding.
So both you have to put money into right away.
But all that's what I'm planning for with a wedding. Don't change how healthy our relationship is gonna be. It don't like it's not like a kid you're pouring into life. You're putting money into life. A wedding, you're putting something into a facade, something that's planned, something that lasts a day. A child don't last a day or whatever, but it's
we've had this discussion, and I told him I ain't popping out no babies without a ring.
And that's fine. I ain't expecting her to, but I'm saying that's the struggle. I feel like I'm ready to have a baby, but it's like I'm not ready for the things that I need to do before I have a baby. But that was my raw truth. It's like, dang, so ready to have a baby. Shit, Thomas, like, hell, I wasn't always talking like this, but.
And y'all know we argue every day. We beefed earlier because he was talking about he's about to take a travel assignment, which I don't know if you're gonna talk about later.
Yeah.
But he's about to take a travel assignment and get some money, and he was talking about what he's planning to do with the money. One of the first things was guys trip. I gotta save to go on the guys trip to Switzerland. Ain't nowhere in that savings did you talk about saving for a ring.
Hey, that's already in the makes. We already started saving $1 here, $2 here, $3-4 here. We already started saving for the ring. Shit, we just gonna get we gonna get like a 0.5 carat.
Okay, you're gonna get a 0.5 carat in your face. But anyway,
keep it moving.
Yeah, let's keep it moving. What's our next segment?
Dirty talk.
Oh, our next segment is dirty talk, and so we're just gonna give you like some insight on like what's going on in the world, on some sort of news event. I have another case that's been going on in the media for you, but I'm gonna let you go first.
I have another case that's been going on in the media for y'all too. So my dirty talk is, hey man, basketball, Ja Morant. So if y'all don't know about the whole Ja Morant situation, he been kind of in the media the last 4-5 months, basically about being reckless. And if you know Ja Morant, he came into the NBA, he was quiet, like he was balling. You really didn't hear about Ja Morant off the streets. But as of like late last year, like I guess he's been getting in his whole head about how good he is. He signed like a supermax contract, whatever it was, maybe 170, 80, 90 M's. But basically, as of late, he's been wilding. Like they said last summer he was boxing a kid in open gym or whatever, trying to fight a kid in open gym. I mean,
this is the guy with the guns, right? Too.
Yeah,
they call him like what do they call him?
Ja Guns.
Ja Guns.
2-3 months ago, he was in a club and he was flashing a gun in the section or something like that, or maybe on IG Live or something.
Yeah.
They don't know if he brought it into the club or not or whatever, but so fast forward, he checked. They force him to check into like mental health. Like,
oh, I didn't know this piece.
Yeah, so
it's a psych hospital.
A facility to work on himself. He was like, he needs to work on himself. Like,
he did that, or they forced him to do that in order to keep playing.
I think they forced so he could take a life sentence. he went and did that for like 3, 4, 5 days. Then he checked out, and then they gave him. He went to go talk to the commissioner. The commissioner said you're suspended 8 games, but he had already served about 7 of those games. For that 2 weeks that he was off, and he checked in and stuff. But then, so he got suspended 1 game. Cool. He gives this whole speech about how he's gonna hold himself accountable, how he's gonna prove his team, everybody wrong that thinks this way about him.
Yeah.
So goes in the playoffs, has a bad day, losing the first round against the Lakers. Cool. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, another video surfaces with Ja Morant, and it's a whole. He's jamming NBA YoungBoy in the whip, and his homeboy is like this with the camera.
Oh yeah, I do
both
remember
of them
that.
turning up, and there you go. You see Ja Morant flashing a gun. So he flashed.
See how your friends can get you in trouble.
See,
but his friend knew he was already on thin ice.
My boy was like, "Hey, you know what? We be banging, we be thugging." Ja Morant said, "Show the gun." Next thing you know, blasted. So basically, they've been investigating the whole case. They starting to open up old cases and everything, all his situations about him fighting somebody, a little kid last summer. So now they just today came out that, okay, the season's over. The commissioner said he was going to hand out the penalty right after the season, and then today he got 25 games. So people are like, dang, like some people are like, yeah, he deserves it. Some people are like, it's not enough. I thought it was going to be a full season suspension, but
how many games are in a season?
82. So that means he gets like 57, 58 games.
Yeah.
So 20. Do you think, because you said obviously he should just retire if he doesn't care.
And that's what I'm saying. If you don't care, I mean, you're going to keep showing guns. You know that you're on thin ice. You know what you're supposed to and supposed to not be doing. To me, to risk that kind of money and stuff, playing around, like you're not serious about your life, I feel like they should suspend him a whole season.
But like people like Dwayne Wade were like, okay, like he's young. He's like,
that's not an excuse.
Like 23, 20, like they're
saying, you're old enough.
They're saying you're supposed to make those mistakes at that young age. You're supposed to make those mistakes.
Not when you operate on that high of a level.
I mean,
you can't afford to.
And that's why they're saying like y'all are expecting people to be. You gotta understand he's just a kid.
Then grow up a little bit and come back to the league when you know how to act. You're making big boy money, then you need to act like a big boy.
Who says big boy money? Rappers, a lot of these people are making big boy money at 18, 19 and they're in jail and reckless. Yeah. So
and they don't
what difference is that for NBA players?
I'm saying that's still bad. And there's just nothing you can't suspend them from their career. I mean, you put them in jail.
But let's go back to the thought of what he did. He just flashed a gun. If the regular person
does that,
if your dad does that, he doesn't go to jail. He doesn't have an instant, like, he's okay. His money's his money. There's no issue.
My stepdad is retired, but if he worked for who he worked before and went viral shooting guns, his job may have fired him.
That is
because
true.
You're supposed to be a representation of our brand.
That is true. I mean,
you're choosing to be affiliated with the NBA. You know they don't play that. They let you have it one time. After that, there's no excuse.
Yeah, they say
you were corrected for the behavior. You did it again. You deserve whatever they give you.
Yeah, they say you signed the contract, and the contract you're signing, like, you don't want to basically tarnishing the brand of the NBA.
Exactly.
So things like that are not allowed. But I'm like, I felt with John Morant tough or whatever, but I mean now as of late this has been too much, and it's like he don't need to do this. I can understand that this is like something that I feel like it's not something that he's been always into, but as of late he's trying to show his tough guy act. But yeah, he got 25 games. I think it wasn't enough, but hey, it is what it is. Serve them 25 games and get back to work. We'll see what surfaces again of Ja guns. That's my dirty talk.
Yeah, that case is crazy, and I mean, I wish the best for him, but that shit's also wild, so whatever. Gotta change the lights.
Change up the scene.
Yeah, alright. Okay. I like this better anyway. Okay, as y'all can see, I changed up the lighting a little bit, but now we're going to get into my Dirty Talk segment, which is a case that has just actually currently kind of wrapped up, but I wanted to talk about it. So this originally happened in 2002, so we're going to take it back. And as I look into cases for this podcast, I'm like, damn, they be dragging out cases for years. Yeah. I'm like, if you're going to arrest me, take me to jail, let me start my sentence. Like, you're making me waste time in jail before my trial. That's crazy to me. But anyway, so in 2002, there was I have notes on my phone, so I'm looking at my phone, that's why. In 2002, there was a woman named Maureen Warren, and she was at home with her 18-year-old son. Somebody rang the doorbell. The son saw the car. It was, I can't remember what it was. I think it was some sort of Chrysler. And somebody rang the doorbell, and they were dressed in a clown suit. Already, I'm like, I see someone in a clown suit. I'm not answering the door, right? Yeah. Whatever. So she opens the door. The lady hands her flowers and some balloons, and then shoots her in the face, and she dies.
Jeez.
Dies. Her 18-year-old son sees her die, but also sees the person walk back in the clown suit to the car and drive off. I guess gets the license plate or whatever. Yeah. So he's like freaked out. So she actually didn't die right away. She died like 2 or 3 days later in the hospital. Okay, so they're trying to figure out, of course, like who did this, why, whatever. There's rumors that her husband's having an affair with this woman that woman that works with him.
The woman that they think that they're saying the woman in clown suit.
So yeah, so you know how it's like if someone gets murdered, you're gonna start thinking like who has the motive. Yeah. So one person that came up with what would have the motive is somebody who they've been saying is having an affair with her husband, and they work together. So that lady who got shot in the face, Maureen, her husband owns like a car rental business, and there's a lady who works for him. Wait, I can't remember her name. I have to look. Sheila is her name. She works for him. So Sheila is a person in question, right? So anyway, they end up finding this vehicle in abandoned in a parking lot of a Winn-Dixie or something. It was like a grocery store. Okay. And they found some fibers and some hairs that end up matching Sheila, this woman that works for Maureen's husband. Right? Crazy. So anyway, they were doing like DNA evidence and like matching, but I guess back in 2002, the DNA like matching how they do it now, it wasn't as advanced, so they couldn't really like hold her. So it was just like she was a prime suspect, but she like was able to go on and live her life. They could never really book her. But in 2017, she married that guy. The woman who she killed, she married that lady's husband.
Yeah.
So that's
the case still going on, or is it closed?
I'm gonna get to it. So that's weird, right?
Yeah.
She married him.
This happened in when? 2002.
2002 is when it happened. 2017 is when they got married or something like that. I can't remember the year. Let's take it back. I have my little dates confused a little bit. So the murder happened in 1990. Murder happened in 1990, but she married that lady's husband in 2002. That's where I was getting that date from. So they have been 1990 is when the murder happened. 2002 is when she ended up marrying that lady's husband. So they actually like got married. They opened a restaurant. Like they've been living their life. But in my mind, if you murdered my wife, like how does he marry her? Like, isn't that weird?
How do they know she's the murderer?
No, I'm saying she was a suspect in it. They found like the hairs and the fibers. They just couldn't really arrest her, but she was a suspect. But to me, I still can't go marry you if they even think you murdered my ex or my wife at the time.
Maybe he was a part of the plan, but if
they said that they always denied when they were asked if they were having an affair. They always denied the allegations.
Yeah.
So.
You're going to deny the allegations for sure. So just because at this time, you don't want that to come out about your relationship or anything, then you're even going to be crucified.
Yeah.
But.
So, and then in 2017, she got arrested. So I guess they started to have like better DNA matching tools, and they were actually able to be like, no, this is your fibers, this is your hair. Like they arrested her in 2017. She pled not guilty.
And this was her hair and everything.
Hair and fibers, yeah.
And what, in a clown suit or where they find this?
In the car.
In the car.
In the getaway car.
Oh, the getaway car.
So yeah, in the car, and then they matched it to fibers found in her home.
Okay.
So she gets arrested, and that's where we're at. So 2017, she gets arrested. So in April is when she actually like stood trial. So basically, they said if she went to trial, she had a very good chance of going to jail for life.
Yeah.
And then they also like wanted to give her the death penalty. Like, and in my mind, I don't know how you feel about the death penalty, but I just feel like for someone to like choose death for a crime that we can't prove is crazy to me. Because you could accidentally kill somebody, and that's
they've done
wild
that already,
to me.
though. America's done that.
Unless you have video, like very like solid evidence, I just don't think death penalty should be a thing. I just think that's
they got
crazy.
People serving 20, 30 years before they free them and say, oh,
but to kill
accident.
somebody?
Yeah.
Ugh.
They made that mistake already before.
But anyway, basically in April, she ended up pleading guilty. So that's kind of where we're at now. She pled guilty, but because she's been in jail so long already, they said like the deal was if she pled guilty, she'd only get 12 years, but she's already served 6 and they're giving her time off for good behavior. So she should be out in less than a year. So if she really murdered that lady, that's crazy that she's about to be back in these streets. Yeah. But at this point, she's almost like 60 years old. She's an older lady. This happened like so long ago.
So they found her guilty and
she pled guilty. So the deal was like if she pled guilty, she got that shorter sentence. Okay. And they told her like basically plead guilty, you can get these 12 years, but you've already served 6, and we can let you out early for good behavior, or you can take it to trial and possibly get life sentence. So even after she pled guilty, her lawyer was like, yeah, we basically just pled guilty so that she wouldn't have the chance of going to jail for life, but she's not guilty. She's still innocent. Yeah. And in my mind, I'm like, so if you were in that predicament, would you plead guilty so that there's at least a chance that you get out? Because it's like she pled guilty, now she can be out in a year, versus if she hadn't pled guilty, she could have possibly went to jail for life. So it's like you're kind of playing the game here. But now she's going to have convicted murderer on her record for the rest of her life.
I'm going to fight it.
You gonna fight it?
I'm gonna fight it. Hope I don't get that life, because I ain't even trying to. Because I ain't even. But she already saw a couple of days. Because I ain't even trying to be in.
Yeah, she already been in there since 2017.
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm saying. She already used to it. I guess in that case, then it's like, yeah, I guess maybe I've already drawn accustomed to it. But I'm trying to plead not guilty till you prove me wrong, till you prove I did it.
Yeah. So I just thought that was a crazy case. So right now she's like serving out the rest of her time, but it says she should be out like end of this year, early next year.
And she when did she start? When she get into jail?
2017 was when she was arrested.
She's got to live out most of her life. If she's 60 something now, that means she went to jail at 50 something. You good.
Yeah. But how old would that have made her when she committed the crime? 1990?
1990.
If she's now 59?
2010, 27 years ago.
I can't do that math in my
27,
head.
so this will be, if she's 60 now, she'll be like 63 maybe in like 4 years. So she did that about 33.
That's crazy.
She did that at 33.
Why would she dress up as a clown? It's like,
I mean, shit. I don't know. And she gave flowers, like, here are your flowers before I kill you.
yeah.
Here's your flowers.
She was crazy.
Die.
Yeah, I feel like maybe her and the husband orchestrated it because that's
sure.
crazy.
For sure.
It's crazy to me.
The clown suit. True.
But anyway, okay. So we're in our final segment?
No.
What's our next segment?
Go harder.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, so the go harder. So what are we doing to go harder at life right now?
What is yours?
I'm not gonna lie, I've been like slacking just like the last like 3 or 4 days. Yeah. So we had gotten in this good routine, and we said last week of waking up at 5 a.m. Can you stop looking ghetto leaning back in the chair like that?
Why can't I lean back?
Hey.
Why can't I lean back?
We have been waking up at 5 a.m. I have been doing my meditation and prayer and workout, and I just like haven't been able to get up early. But I realize I have to get back into a space of valuing and prioritizing my sleep because I haven't been doing that, and that just messes it up. So like right now it's 10:14. I probably just need to go to bed after this, but I still need to. I travel tomorrow. I still need to pack, but we're not going to get into that. But yeah, anyway, I've been slacking. But one thing we have done, or that I have done recently, is we went to the bank to open up a business account for our party rental business, and we got a business credit card, so we're going to increase our inventory, and I'm very, very excited about that.
Yep. They gave us $8,000.
$8,000. They said broke bitches. We'll give you a little bit.
True,
so we're gonna start our business or continue our business, grow our business. And I'm very excited.
So for me, I've been kind of watching a lot of YouTube videos on flipping houses, how to kind of get money, get funds to flip houses, because they be like, when you watch some of these YouTubers, they be young too and they be inspiring, but they'll be like, you don't need none of your own money. So I'm like, how you what you mean you don't need none of your own money? And then you see videos here and there of people saying you can
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
You could take like hard money loans, soft, like all types of loans and stuff like that. And for me, I'm just still scared to be taking money from the bank, taking money. I don't want to mess up my credit too much, and I don't want to get into a hole. Like I brought $200-300K from the bank to flip this house. Next thing you know, I'm stuck with the house, can't sell it. Now I can't then just get in a hole. So for me, it's like I've been watching these videos a lot and trying to inspire myself, and it has been just jump off the porch, just dive into it, F it, like whatever happens.
Yeah.
Go get the money from the bank.
That's what I'm saying. That's what you should do instead of going to Virginia.
Huh?
Go get a loan and start doing your business.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That doesn't have anything to do with my own personal money. You're saying to go to Virginia instead of for nursing? But I just want to go get. I mean, that's just for immediate spending. That's what I'm saying. If I go do this house thing thinking I'm gonna get 10, 15, 20, 30K in the next 2 months, and it don't happen, I'm frying. Virginia's work is to just go get a couple checks real quick. But yeah, I've been trying to jump off the porch and get up in that real estate investment game. Yeah, and it's like flip houses. But that's
it was funny. We actually we were doing our morning walk the other day, and we saw an open house, and we just went in the open house and started talking to the realtor, and she was actually giving us like a little bit of plays where people are buying and flipping houses in Houston, young people. So it's good. It's good networking.
It was a good connection. Yeah, she was like, she has contractors that she can work with, and she told us the area that was popping to try to kind of go buy houses.
Yeah.
But that's how it be for me. Even just networking, even just jumping out there and trying to have these conversations with people who are real estate investors and make connection. Like we be talking about how we don't just really like to just go and start new conversations.
I do. I actually enjoy doing that.
You said it's like you're not that type of person though. You said you're
no. If I go to a bar, restaurant,
I'm talking about business, about work. And
that's
stuff
what I'm saying. That's why I went in the open house.
You said the other day you're not like this.
I will talk and I will socialize, but I feel like being in this relationship has made me more reserved because he's reserved. Because I used to be the person that will go in and talk to anybody.
You're right. It has fell off because we feel like we don't talk to our friends and each other. Yeah. Anything else is cheating or
that's not true. As long as you're my thing. As long as you're transparent, honest, I don't find out nothing.
Well,
if you're talking to somebody to build networking, but then I see something weird, we don't even gotta get into it. I'm just
you'll
saying.
be like, I don't text people for work. I don't text women for work.
Yeah, you shouldn't be sitting back, kiki and texting back and forth all day to somebody's work. But if somebody calls you and it's on some, hey, it's a play I got, then I get it.
Hey, man.
I'm not gonna stop the money.
Moving.
Anyway, let's go into the last topic. What it is, you're making me hot. What has got you feeling hot?
So or making me excited. What's got me feeling excited is, dang, I've been dealing with some hard times the last couple of weeks. Like, I mean, hard times.
With
what?
what?
Like, my baby been having her natural hair out. I thought she was going, when she straightened it, I was like, oh, she gonna be fly. She gonna be fine as hell straightened. And she was fine as hell, but she was not keeping up with her own hair. She was burning her hair. Deadheads all around. Just the other day, she gonna call me and say, I just cut my hair. Impulsive ass stuff.
So I was getting to, so I just got.
Let me finish mine.
Okay, go ahead.
So it was like, what was it, yesterday? She went and got her hair in braids. It's been a minute because she's been trying to save money. She ain't done the braids. She went and got herself in the braids. And I'm like, damn, I missed this. I missed it.
So my thing is,
look at this. Like, dang, I missed these braids. Then she got some weed that's a little bit streaky in it or whatever. I'm like, okay, it's a little hoodish. I dig a little hoodish, baby girl.
Anyway, I was straightening my hair just because I'm honestly like at a phase where I'm so tired of my natural hair. Like, I just want to perm it, but I know it's just so bad for my hair. So I've just been like, when I wear my natural hair out, I've just been straightening it. But when I go to work or when I go out, like when we go out, I straighten it, I slick it back, I make it cute. But when I'm in the house, I just pull it up in a bun and be looking crazy, whatever, because I'm in the house. Like, I'm not going to straighten my hair, burn my hair every day. I'm just going to put it in a bun. But whatever. Yes, I'm doing the braids, but it's because I'm going to Florida for work for a month. And, you know, I want to swim, I want to go in the water. So I had to have a style that's not going to require that much for me.
Yeah, so like this is a whole change up. This is a whole new person that I'm dealing with now. I'm like, dang, made me excited. Probably gonna have a little loving in a little bit.
Anyway, what's making me hot, making me excited is actually spending time in Florida. And I wish you were coming with me. Like, I am such a beach girl. Like, I will go and lay out on the beach. It makes me feel like my best self when I'm by a beach. I also feel like when you live in like a hot place, or I mean, I live in Texas, but like by a beach, it like forces you to like want to be in shape. Because you're seeing all these people on the beach, beautiful, like nice bodies, and you can't be out there belly sad. So I'm hoping that being out there will motivate me. I love Florida. I love the beach. I love the food. I love the weather. Like, I'm about to be out there. I'm going to go for a week, and then I'm going to come home. But then he's going to Virginia for a month, or more than that, 3 months.
Yeah, but I'm gonna come home in July.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just go spend a month in Florida. So that's gonna make it easier. Really 2 weeks. So I'm going out there for a week, and then I'm gonna drive and stay in an Airbnb for 2 weeks and come back for the wedding, and then I'll probably fly back home the last week. So really only be in Florida like for 2 weeks, but then kind of flying back and forth in between. So that is what's got me excited. I'm really excited to be back in the crazy state of Florida. But anyway, is that all we got?
Yeah. All
right. Anyway, thanks for tuning in to episode 3 of the podcast. We will see you next week with another one. Oh, dang. That wasn't smooth.
Yeah, because you be fucking up shit. We out.